very much for staying with us and joining us once again. The breaking news coming in is that Ademola Lookman has replied his coach, Gasperini, Gian Piero Gasperini, after he made comments that Ademola Lookman is one of the worst penalty takers he has ever seen. After Atalanta's 3-1 defeat at home to Club Brugge in the UEFA Champions League playoff, that resulted in them getting eliminated out of the competition, and there have been a lot of reactions from this particular story from yesterday up to this time. And even when Ademola Lookman reacted to this particular, all of these things, a lot of people are also talking. I'm also going to give my reaction and my view on what I think about the whole of this issue, and then we'll give you the details of the story. So let's take you back to last week. All right, please do also subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the notification bell and select all. Leave your thoughts, comment, views, opinions below in the comment section if you have any. Thank you very much for staying. What do you have to say about all of these things? Let me know your thoughts, comment, views, opinions in the comment section. So let's take it back to last week when Atalanta went away to Club Brugge to play them in the UEFA Champions League playoff. And in fact, Atalanta couldn't win the game. They lost the game 2-1 without Ademola Lookman. Very important. Without Ademola Lookman, you lost the game 2-1 to Atalanta. Yes, the final goal, which made it 2-1, was a very, very controversial penalty. But then you lost the game, basically. You couldn't win within 90 minutes. And then the return leg happened yesterday. As at halftime, Club Brugge were leading the game 3-0. There was no Ademola Lookman on the pitch as at halftime. There was no Ademola Lookman. Club Brugge was losing the game 3-0. And in fact, Atalanta was losing the game 3-0 at halftime. So at halftime, everybody thought that actually this game here, it is done and dusted, because you have to score you have to win the game basically. So you win 4-3 to give yourself any chance of qualifying to the next round. And then in the second half, Ademola Lookman comes into the game. He scores a goal from open play. He scores a goal to give you 3-1. And then there is a few minutes later, there is a penalty. All right, there's a penalty, and then he takes the penalty, plays the penalty, and misses the penalty. And Atalanta couldn't come back into the game again. They got, in fact, the best of the game, they got red card, and Club Brugge has basically qualified to the round of 16 of the UEFA Champions League. So after the game, Gasperini was speaking, the coach of the side, GMPO, a very well-respected manager in world football. He was speaking after the game, and then he said that, look, Ademola Lookman is one of the worst penalty takers he's ever seen in his life, and he wasn't supposed to take the penalty. Retege was supposed to take the penalty, and even if Retege wasn't going to take that penalty, Di Catalara was available to take it. So why did Ademola Lookman take the penalty when he himself he knew that Ademola Lookman is one of the worst penalty takers in world football? He says that Ademola is one of the worst penalty takers I've ever seen. He wanted to take the penalty after scoring a goal. He took the ball despite Retegi and Di Catalara available to take it. I didn't like what Lookman did. So Gasperini said this open play. In fact, open press conference. Everybody is listening, and he said this. And I was shocked to read it. When I first read it, I felt like, Charlie, this is not true. But then I saw very credible sources later saying it, and it looks like it was true. And I was like, how can a coach do this? What? You could have said this to him in private, and yes, maybe that would have gingered him to even work on his penalty. And in fact, my problem is that he's a worst penalty taker. Fine. What have you, the coach, done to improve that, or that aspect of his life that he cannot improve? Because when Ademola Lookman was coming to Atalanta, we all knew that he had the potential, but then he kept disappointing. But he came to Atalanta, and you, Gianpiero Gasperini, improved him tremendously. He's gone on to help you win the UEFA Europa League, scoring hat-trick in a final. And then also has gone on to win the African Best Player of the Year. He's the reigning African Best Player of the Year under you, Gianpiero Gasperini. So my big question is that, why can't Gasperini help Atalanta to improve his penalty qualities? If like indeed he's the worst penalty taker he's ever seen. Why can't he help and a forward like that to improve his penalty penalty qualities? In any case, at Ademola Lookman, this is not the first time he's played a penalty for Atlanta. It's not the first time. He scored several penalties for Atlanta. So what is he talking about? Everybody misses the penalty. Even the worst, the best penalty takers, they miss. Who is the best penalty taker in the world currently? Neymar. I'm not saying he's the best penalty taker, but Neymar is a very good penalty taker. He missed penalties. Mario Balotelli, he missed. Ronaldo, Messi. Everybody penalty there. In fact, this guy who went to Arsenal, Chelsea footballer who went to Arsenal. Oh my goodness me. Jorginho has a special way of playing his penalty, but he missed them. He missed some. I think he missed in the final of the Euros and all of that. So what are you talking about when you say that somebody has missed a penalty, so he's the worst penalty taker? It's not like he's never scored a. He has. Yes, he has a history with Fulham to have played a very poor penalty and all of that. But according to Ademola Lookman's response, those two players, or one of those two players the coach mentioned, Dick Catalara, and one of the guys, told him Ademola Lookman to take the ball and play the penalty. So let's go through exactly what Ademola Lookman's response have been to Gasperini. It saddens me on a day like this to have to write this statement, most of all because of what we have achieved together in a team and as a city. Being singled out in the manner I have been not only hurts but feels deeply disrespectful, not least because of the immense hard work and commitment I have always put in each and every day to help bring success to this club and to the incredible fans of Bergamo. In truth, I have dealt with many difficult moments during my time here, the majority of which I have never spoken about, because in my opinion the team must always be protected and must come first. This makes what happened last night even more hurtful. Along with our incredible fans, we as a team are hurting too with last night's results. During the match, the designated penalty taker instructed me to take the penalty and to support the team. I took responsibility in the moment to do so. Life's about challenges and turning pain into power, which I will continue to do. So he said that the designated penalty taker, I instructed him to take, because I'm thinking that the designated penalty taker, whether the Qatar or whoever, will be thinking that, look, the momentum is with Ademola Lookman. He came on from the bench. He came to score the first goal. So the momentum is with him. And let's just carry on. If he scores the penalty, anything can happen. He can go on to get a third or assist something, and everything can change. So that is what the designated penalty taker was obviously thinking about. And I agree with that. But anything can happen in football. That is why Atlanta, you've been beaten home and away by Club Brugge. Nobody could have seen that coming, that Atlanta was going to lose those two games to Club Brugge. You cannot see that coming, but it happened. So nobody could have seen that. Ademola Lookman was going to miss the pass. So you, the coach, you see that he's a worst penalty taker. He's taking the ball. He's going to play. You have the chance, the opportunity to change the penalty taker even. So why didn't you forcefully say that Ademola Lookman should stop this thing? Look, I clearly think that it was completely, and right now I don't know, it was completely wrong. That's what I was going to. It was completely wrong for the coach to actually go on that tangent. But I don't know how he's going to convince Ademola Lookman to continue and do well for him, the coach, and for the team, and to do. I think that Ademola Lookman is going to leave the team in the summer or something, because how can you be with a coach who doesn't trust you in terms of certain difficulties you have? And it is some way, like you're supposed to. Oh my goodness me, I just don't know how to put all of the things I feel about this thing in thoughts and in speech, like all the thoughts I have about all of this in speech, because I feel so disappointed in Gasperini, mainly because he has transformed the guy. You are responsible for the huge transformation in the career of Ademola Lookman. You are responsible for that. So why would you do you get a point? Like, you bring everything down. You bring everything down, and it is extremely disheartening. Very, very disheartening. And there is this thing going around that the last time Ritege missed a penalty, this was what Gianpiero Gasperini had to say about it. He said that I feel sorry for Ritege, especially given the game he pulled off. It was when he had missed the penalty. So if a player comes from the bench, he scores the first goal for your team, you are losing 3-0. Without him, you are losing 3-0. With him, you are leading 1-0. With that, like, do you get a point? In the second half, you are leading 1-0. And then you say that he's missed the penalty, is the worst penalty taker. Why couldn't you use this same expression for Ademola Lookman? I feel sorry for Lookman, especially given the game he pulled off, because in the second half, he was your best player. He was Atlanta's best player. So I just don't understand why he will bring everything he has built with Ademola Lookman and all of that down. Just because he's so emotional, just because he's so hurt that he couldn't qualify to the next round of the UEFA Champions League. And Atalanta, you've been disappointing. Gianpiero Gasperini, if you compare to how you started the season up to this time, you've been hugely disappointed. In the league, at a point in time, you were fighting for the top spot. Right now, you are fighting for top 4. You couldn't beat Club Brugge on 3 occasions. 3 occasions. In the group stages, you couldn't beat them. It was 0-0 at their own backyard. You went to their backyard again for the qualifiers and playoffs, and then they beat you 2-1. And they came home, and at halftime, same number of players, 11-11. They beat you 3-0. Hey, Charlie, what are you talking about? What are you just talking about? One, Ademola Lookman is not the reason why you exited the competition, because the first game he wasn't part. Second game he only took part in the second half. That second half, Atalanta won the second half 1-0. 2, you should look into the mirror if you are looking for somebody to blame for your exiting the. You use your Gasperini should look into the mirror. And those are just my thoughts on this particular one. Do also subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the notification bell, excellent. Let me know what you think about all of these issues in the comment section. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.